Hello friends and enemies, welcome to or back to Happy For Now. It's me, Isabel, here with my manga log and haul for the month of October. So I've shared a lot that I'm doing this now. This was partially inspired by Shay complaining about hauls, my friend over Shay over at Shay Geeks Out, but also inspired by the fact that like I too feel like doing hauls every quarter like I do or a couple months is really just, it's frustrating. So I was like, what if we just do one video a month or every other month if I don't read a ton or something, where I talk about what I bought and what I've read in the last month. October was not a great manga month for me. I did only read 5 volumes. No, I'm not proud of it. It's fine. But this is going to evolve over time. Most likely in the new year, we'll dive more into the manga stats, like what genres I'm reading, page counts, things like that as well, just to discuss, further the discussion about it. But yeah, this was not a terrible month still. I obviously brought in way more than I read. Way more than I read. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm not mad about it. It just is what it is, But on that note, let's talk about all the manga I read in the month of October. I did finally read volume 2 of the Dragon Knight's Beloved. I loved volume 2. I think this is a great continuation. I continue to be astounded by how crispy white these pages are though. But yeah, I adored volume 2. I have 3 and 4 pulled out. They're just kind of text heavy and not really what's calling my name right now when it comes to my reading. So that's part of why I haven't continued. But I do have volumes 3 and 4 to read, and I do hope to read those in the next month or two. This continue our story though. Our heroine has went through some things already. And our little Dragon Knight man has to go save her and the dragons. The stuff with the dragons I love. I'm obsessed. This is just like that sort of really fun shoujo romance fantasy setting. It's kind of just got it all going on. We're also figuring out who this bad actor is at play, and I always love that element of these stories. Okay, next we have a josei. I need volume 2 immediately. Volume 1 and 2 are both available on the app EREADERS now. It used to be called Script. It's now called EREADERS. And I actually read this one digitally and had bought it because I was like, I need this and I need volume 2, and I would have bought volume 2 during the Right Stuf sale that happened as they were switching websites to Crunchyroll. It had been in stock, but it was not. So I need to actually go to the bookstore and buy it. But We Can't Do Plain Love Volume 1 was fantastic. For my Sweat and Soap fans, for my Wotakoi fans, if you want, probably more Sweat and Soap, and then if you like the steamship titles and you want something definitely on page, our heroine actually has the smelling fetish in this one, which is really fun. And he is supposedly so shy and can't control himself around women appropriately, and has self-esteem issues around it. And it's boss and employee, so do know that going in. He's her boss. She's his employee. But this volume, wow. It was quite the introduction. This was quite the introduction to this story. I loved it so much. I honestly cannot wait to read volume 2. I cannot wait to read more in this series. I have no idea how long it is, but I don't care. I will devour all of it very quickly, which is part of why I haven't picked up volume 2 yet, because I know the minute I get it in my hands, I have to sit down and read it, which is fine. I'm allowed to do that, and it's a fun fan. But yeah, this was fan-freaking-tastic. I absolutely adored it. But yeah, she's giving him special training. And you know what? That is one of my keywords that I love in things. Special training to learn how to do things. I love it. I love it so much. So yeah, I can't wait. Okay, next we have a digital I read. So I have a lot of digital library cards, and I do like to dabble in reading my manga through them. And that is Chihiro-kun Only Has Eyes for Me, Volume 1. I read this at Shay, of course it was Shay. Shay suggested it. She said it was really cute if I was liking defying Kurosaki-kun to try this one as well. And it has similar vibes happening here. I really enjoyed Volume 1 and I'm excited to continue the story. Volume 1 follows a girl at school and this guy who doesn't come to class a lot and is a fashion designer. She becomes his muse, and it's just kind of the introduction to their relationship, their friendship / what it's going to turn into. I really liked Volume 1, so I definitely will be continuing on, and my library does have a lot of the digital volumes, if not all of them, so who knows. If I go on a little digital marathon in the next 2 months, which is very possible, I most likely will be through this series. Next, we have one of my favorites, one that I read pretty much as soon as I get it every time. That's Yakuza Fiancé, Volume 5. This is my recommendation and one of my favorites because it fills this void that I get from Yakuza Lover, Boss Wife, It's kind of like an even more intense version of Yakuza Lover in a lot of ways, because there's a lot of plot happening here. There's a lot of romantic suspense. Oh, something's wrong with us vibes. It's kind of a mash of all of those, because we have so much intrigue happening, so much world stuff happening, like around their status in the Yakuza. And it also really follows this like intense relationship and feelings. This is seinen. It is set in high school though, so go in knowing that. But I'm obsessed with this book. I'm obsessed with our characters. I need volume 6. I hate that we had to wait till January, but like I'll survive, barely. This is one of those ones that I think it's just really gripping as a story, and if you like the first volume, you're just going to enjoy the rest of it at the end of the day. But yeah, it's a really, really fun one. And last that I read is Apothecary Diaries volume 8, not 9. So I'm slowly catching up on this. I kind of have been sitting on volumes 8 and 9 for a while. So reading 8 was great this month, and I loved the continuation story. I love where we're at right now. We got some really good reveals in volume 8, and I don't want to spoil anything. Obviously, this is the hardest part of these. I don't want to spoil anything, but the reveals we got in volume 8 are freaking amazing. And I feel like very ready to read volume 9 and just kind of wait it out for 10 to come out. But this is still reigning as like a favorite of the year, a favorite manga series I'm reading. Like, it is so stinking good. I can't recommend it enough if you want a more historical fantasy-esque setting, and also like not magic necessarily, but like someone who knows a lot of things about health in a time and place that not a lot of people do, which makes this like extra interesting. So yeah, I'm obsessed with this and I love it. Let's talk about the haul for this month. I'm going to share with you the one light novel I bought this month. I'm trying to be good. I get so tempted by light novels, and I haven't read a ton of them yet. I've only read My Happy Marriage so far. So I keep buying them and I'm like, I need to read these, and I don't. So the goal is to read them before I buy more now. Because again, I've got like not a sizable stack, but I feel like they could add up really quickly. And that is The Bride of the Barrier Master, volume 1. Shay read this and loved it, and I'm just really, really curious to read it and see what I think. Also, it's under 200 pages, so like, oh wow, this is really beat up, and I didn't realize it. That's fine. Anyways, I'm really excited to see how this is and how it plays out. If I love it, maybe I'll replace this copy I have that's really beat up, but maybe I won't, who knows. But yeah, this one intrigued me because it's about 5 clans that wield barrier weaving magic, and 18-year-old Hana, who's been stuck in the shadow of her more beautiful and popular twin, who's born to one of these families. A strong power awakens and she decides to hide it, living a quiet life out of the spotlight. It slowly begins to slip out of reach because Saku takes over as the new head of the clan and sets out to find a bride strong enough to stand by his side, and eager to keep her secret's ability, she steers clear of him. And the marriage contract like promises some peace and stuff. So I love that kind of setup. I think the cover art is stunning. I don't know. No, we don't really have art inside this one. But yeah, I'm just really intrigued. This kind of is my kind of thing. It has like a paranormal-y vibe sounding to it, magic. I love that stuff. So I'm really curious to see what I think of it. First up, of course, we have We Can't Do Plain Love Volume 1, which we've already talked about. Loved it. Obviously, you're watching the same video. So there's that. We have Something's Wrong With Us Volume 17, which I'm so excited about. I'm going to be finishing the series soon, and I'm eager and excited and all the things to be caught up. Next, we have Honey So Sweet Volume 1, which I did get gifted from Shay, and I'm so excited to read this. This is actually going on my TBR for my like reading. How much can I read in 8 hours a day? Okay, so we have the finale of a series that I really like and I'm excited to catch up on and be done with. Also in my TBR stack for that 8-hour reading day. I have My Love Mix-Up Volume 9. I am so excited for this. First of all, I can't believe it's over. I can't believe it's only 9 volumes, but I also just like, this final cover is adorable and I'm excited to see where it goes. I last read Volume 5, so I just have 4 volumes to read and catch up on, and I'm honestly ecstatic for. Okay, next we have another one that I'm really excited to read, and it's also on that TBR, and it's She Loves to Cook and She Loves to Eat Volume 1 and Volume 2. Like I said, that Right Stuff sale got me. I basically cleared out my wish list. Not like all of my wish list, but like my very soon wish list on that sale. So yeah. I also picked up the Dragon King's Imperial Wrath, Falling in Love with the Bookish Princess of the Rat Clan. Oh my gosh. So I got Volume 1 of this. I'm really intrigued by it. I know some people don't love it, so we'll see what I think. I don't think I'll have an issue. I do believe she is like part beast, but like I think it's everyone's kind of part beast in this, so like that's fine. I have less of an issue if most of them are something also. Next, I picked up, because I forgot these came out, Tsubaki Cho's Lonely Planets, Volume 3 and 4. Another one I'm really, really excited to read and get caught up on. We also got Cheeky Brat Volume 8. It came in, and I can't believe we're already up to 8. This is it's a pretty long running series, so like I'm excited to read more. I also got The Great Snake's Bride Volume 1. This one I'm just really curious about. I know this is one that's like not for everyone, and I'm so intrigued. Also, I match her in my red. I know the snake stays a snake, okay? I'm not a snake person, but I don't know what it is about this one. I'm really curious. I also know it has some horror elements, like with the snake eating. But yeah, this has such an interesting setup to me, where she's like she's offered as like a tribute to the Great Snake. So I just think that's such a neat concept at the end of the day. Then we have Skip and Loafer Volume 8. I haven't read this yet, and I need to, but I'm also like anxious to not. I don't know if I want to be caught up, because like what if like 7 ended on such a cliff? Like, oh my, I was like screaming at the end of 7. Like, what do you mean this is done? So I'm like nervous to pick up 8 because I'm afraid of how it ends. So if you've read 8 already, let me know in the comments. I probably will read it sooner than later though. Then of course we have Witch Hat Atelier Volume 11. I am so behind on this series. I'll probably do a vlog at some point where I just do like a big catch up on series, because I last read Volume 4 and I'm still getting them. So I need to catch up. They also have hit that point where I feel like we're getting one every 6-ish months, so I don't feel too terrible about being caught up. And last but not least, we have Full Metal Alchemist Volume 14. Slowly been collecting the Full Metal Alchemist Full Metal editions, the hardcovers of this series. I've never read Full Metal, but I love the anime. It's like a key part of my anime journey, so I just have to have it. I will note I'm missing random volumes still in my set, so at some point when I have all of it, I think I'll do a big long like read through of it. But yeah, that is everything I bought in the last month. Let me know what manga you picked up recently, or what one you've loved recently. If you don't want to do that, if you don't want to do that, leave me a follow emoji of your choice. So leaves, whatever you want to do. Surprise me. Down below, I will have links to all of the manga I talked about for you, as well as links to your I've read anywhere on the internet, and I will see y'all very soon. Bye.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions. We'll get away.